And I just feel bad right now for Tavares and especially Marner. Like even thinking about when the Sens had an empty net on Saturday night, and you could just tell both of them were just dying to score. And Marner was just like, please, I need a goal so bad. Like, and they still couldn't put the puck in the net. So those guys, and you know what? Each of them have 12 shots on goal over the first 3 games. They're getting their opportunities, but they are dying to score a goal. And I hope it comes soon for both of those guys.
I'm glad you set that up for me, Bruno, because I wanted to talk about Marner. Okay. He, to me, has been very frustrating in these first 3 games. And I'll tell you why. You mentioned how he is creating chances. He is getting shots on goal. But here's this kid who could not score last year in the playoffs. And it's continued in the first 3 games of the regular season. And I have defended Mitch Marner. Very strongly. And Mitch, I'm running out of material, man. Like I'm running out of ammunition. And what's frustrating to me is that he can't stop overthinking things. There were 2 plays specifically in the 3rd period. He had a breakaway where he did that thing where he comes in, and what I'll say about Marner and his play at the moment is that it's just so incredibly predictable. So he's in on this breakaway and the puck's in front of him as opposed to his side where the goalie might think you're going to shoot it. And you just knew he was going to deke. And the goalie knows that, like the way he's going into coming at you. And it's got to be a confidence thing. Like he's lost all confidence in his shot. And I was saying to someone the other day, go on YouTube and watch Marner's first NHL goal. If I remember correctly, it was against the Bruins, and he came firing down the right wing, and he rifles a shot low on the far side, bottom corner. And look at it now, and you're like, where the hell is that? Like, I can't remember the last time Marner scored a goal like that. And then there was another play where the Leafs came in, and it was sort of like a quasi 3-on-1, and Marner had space, and he opened up to kind of give himself a chance to distribute to one of the 2 other players. He ended up passing it to Tavares, but again, predictable. It was just the way he came in. There was no doubt in my mind he was going to pass it. Like I just knew, number one, his confidence. He's not going to shoot it. And then number 2, like the way he physically went in, turned his body. He's like, well, now Forsberg knows you're not going to shoot it from there. Like you're not going to beat him from there. So that's what's annoyed me about Marner. And this kid took a lot. He took a lot this summer for his performance. And I'm sure he's spoken to some people about it, both with regard to his headspace as well as his play actually on the ice. And I hope for his sake, he can turn this around, man. Mitch needs a big season, like more than anyone. And I'm just continuing to see the same things. It's predictable, and he's just overthinking everything. Like, I know it sounds so overly simplistic to say shoot the puck, but shoot the puck, Mitch. Come on, bud. Like, fire it on the net. Like, it'll go in eventually. And the way I put it is every time he gets a chance or a semi-chance, and going back to that breakaway, he tries to walk it in. Like, fully deke it in, or like, even if it's not him, it's like he makes a move and then dishes it. Like, shoot it, Mitch. Shoot it. Man, like, not good from him so far. And I've been frustrated, and for his sake, I really hope he can turn it around, man, because it's going to be an ugly season on Twitter for Mitch Marner if this continues.
You know what, Lepore, it's interesting you're bringing up all this stuff about his shot. And I do agree with you that he is overthinking things. And you can tell this is starting to take a toll on him. And especially, I just think back to that empty net, like I alluded to on Saturday night. Like, he would probably usually try to make a pass. Like, I think Tavares was kind of open on, like, he was like free in the circle, and he could have just made like a quick little like cross ice pass to Tavares. But Marner was like, screw this. I need a goal here. I need to get the monkey off my back. And then he shot it. His shot ended up getting blocked, and you could just tell he was so frustrated. But Lepore, from my perspective, I think he's actually shooting more than usual. Like, there are still instances where he is holding onto the puck and he is predictable, but I've noticed he is shooting the puck maybe a little bit more than he usually does. And I don't know, maybe that's because people have gotten in his head in the offseason saying that, like you said, he is too predictable. He doesn't shoot the puck enough. And
Yeah.
I know that he did work on his shot in the offseason. I think that was something that came out. I forgot which reporter had mentioned this, but even like him and Matthews, I think at one point were working on their shots. I could be totally off on this.
Yeah,
but
Matthews really has to work on his shot.
I think they were working together at one point. Just even like in training camp at one point, they were just kind of working on their shot. And Marner's a guy who obviously doesn't have close to the shot that a guy like Austin Matthews does, right? But there are times where I'm just seeing Marner kind of fire the puck on net from like stupid angles and not making the best decisions. But I'm just looking like 12 shots in 3 games. He's averaging 4 shots on goal per game. That's well above his career average. So
Sure.
So I do hear you saying that, he's still maybe not shooting the puck enough, but I think where we can both agree is that he's not playing with a ton of confidence right now. Like, yes, he's gotten some opportunities and he probably should have more than 1 point in 3 games based on the scoring chances that both he has had and that John Tavares has also had. But you can tell it's weighing on him. And again, I think back to the dying moments of the Saturday night game against the Senators, where this dude can't even score on an empty net after going through that entire playoff series against Montreal without a goal. We all know that he has, 1 goal in his last like 18 playoff games. And now he's gone scoreless through the first 3 games of the season. He's got to get that monkey off his back ASAP, Lepore, because like you said, Twitter, Leafs Nation has already turned on Mitch Marner to a certain degree. And if this continues, if this slump goes, another week, a couple of weeks,
especially if Matthews is out.
Yeah, God forbid this goes, another month where after the first month of the season, he's only got 1 or 2 goals. Then, man, oh man, if I'm Mitch Marner, and I know he does stay away from social media, but I'm not even thinking about logging into social media if that's the case.
Yeah, to me, that breakaway was just the perfect microcosm of all this. Like, he's getting on goal, and I'm sitting in my chair. I'm like, he's gonna deke. And he's going to wait too long on his move, and he's going to give the goalie an opportunity to get there. And it's exactly what happened. Just, yeah, it's between the ears. It's 100% between the ears. Like, I'll put it this way. Had Marner just shot on that breakaway, like 5-0 or quick move, try to go low blocker or something, I would have been like flabbergasted. Like, what? Like, I would have been happy for him that he let it go, but I would have been completely shocked if he shot the puck. And that's just, I guess, what we're getting used to now at this point, but I'm sick of it. So he better start shooting, and he better start scoring.
I think we're all sick of it. And it seems like the chemistry between Marner and Tavares is just like gone. Like, I don't want to say it's totally gone, because again, they've gotten their chances, but I think back to Tavares' 47 goal season.
Yeah, it was
those
crazy.
Two were playing together on a consistent basis. And it just seemed like they always knew where each other were on the ice. But even thinking back to like last season when Matthews was out for a little bit with his wrist problems, and even now seeing Marner and Tavares start the season together, it just seems like they can't reestablish what they had going back a couple of seasons ago. And I think when Matthews gets back, it's obviously going to help this entire offense in general, because the top 6 is finally going to be the actual top 6 that Sheldon Keefe and Kyle Dubas want this team to have. Like, you're now going to have Matthews down the middle as the 1C, playing with Marner and probably Nick Ritchie, who I also want to talk about. And then on the second line, you're going to have Nylander and Tavares reunited with whoever it is, whether it's Michael Bunting. I know Ilya Mikheyev was slated to begin the season as that guy on the second line, but he's obviously out now for 8 weeks. So when Matthews comes back, I think things are going to come back to normal. There's going to be some more positive regression, especially with these star players and their point totals. But right now, it hasn't been great.